Speaking of that, my live just cut off again. I don't know what's going on with my live, guys. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on with my live. I don't know what's going on in my life, guys. I was just speaking on this, and all my life. I don't know, starting from like I don't know if my iPhone timer, or I don't know if it's on. So I'm just going live again, guys. Just going live again. I didn't just put up. I didn't put up no thumbnail, nothing. No, just I just went straight live. Avoid everything. Just went straight live. Back on live again. It's ridiculous. I don't understand why my live just cut off. It's ridiculous. A minute in the live, guys. This is ridiculous, guys. This is ridiculous. This is crazy. My live just cut off again. I don't understand. I don't understand that my live just cut off like that, guys. So I'm back on the live again. So I'm back on the live. So I'm live. I don't know. My live just cut off like that. I don't know why it just cut off, guys. This is just ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know. My live just cut off. It's ridiculous, guys. My live just cut off like that. I don't know how it cut off, guys. Same as last night. My live cut off and it's cutting off again. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with my phone. I don't know if it's my phone or maybe this what happened every night. When I stream, when I come streaming at night outside here, I come to I mean, there is what's it? There is Chili's. This is Chili, right? I come to Chili's and I stream live. So every time I come here, but for some reason I was on their Wi-Fi, but I don't know if because they're closing, they cut off the Wi-Fi, and now I'm on my phone Wi-Fi, and it's crazy because we had a good live going on, and my live just in the middle of the live it cut off because we were speaking on Anthony Carmelo, or Carmelo, excuse me, we were speaking on Carmelo Anthony. He's being charged of adult. So I didn't put up all the thumbnails and all that stuff because if you check the other live, all the thumbnail was there, and all the what you call it, the hashtag so I just came straight on. I just come straight on in the background, just put up his picture because I didn't want to go through the hassle again, guys. So what's up, people? Thank you for coming to live, guys. Press the live button. Leave your comment, guys. Leave your comment. And I had some good views on the last video I put up, man. I had good people in the chat now, like starting over. So we're gonna start the live over again, guys. Leave your comment about, it's about Anthony. I want to say, well, I keep saying Anthony, Carmelo Anthony, right? He's being charged with adult. We know that what happened, went to the track meet with a weapon in his book bag and unaligned another kid, Austin Metcalf, right? And, it's a shame, that a young man lost his life over something that could have been avoided. That's what I believe. That could have been avoided, but they took it to the next level. They took it to the next extreme, and this young man lost his life. And now the Texas prosecution and prosecutor, they want to charge, Carmelo Anthony as adult, as an adult. So how you guys feel about that? You think, they should, or due to his age, he should be still held accountable, which I believe because due to him bringing a weapon to school, and that's not allowed, and I believe he should be held accountable for that, guys. That's all I'm saying. So so that's all I'm saying, guys. That's all I'm saying. So leave your comment in the chat, guys. Leave your comment in the chat. But you know, again, condolences to the Mevcat family, man. It's not easy, guys. It's not easy. People think, it's sad, man. It's sad. It's sad. Young people, young people. Young people. So now, Carmelo Anthony will be held accountable. The other video I did when we cut off live, I was explaining it to my audience about I don't see where he could use self-defense in this case, guys. I don't think so. It's just it's ridiculous if he do that. I just think that he deliberately made a choice to put a weapon in his book bag, and now due to his choice and decision, he consequences now. People put out the vibes. It's a shame, man. You do the crime, you gotta do the time, guys. Unfortunately, he's a young man. This a big teaching lesson. Very big teaching lesson. But unfortunately, it's a harsh to the extreme teaching lesson, to the extreme. Strong possibility this young man will spend, if he's first degree, 40 years. If he's guilty, if he's charged adult, 40 years. That's all his adult life. And for a young man to go in prison at that age, it's not a good look. Not a good look, guys. Come on, guys, keep it real. We all know these things. That's the thing. We come on social media, act like we don't know these things. We want to come on and act so like we all good, and it's not like that. So we got to be real to ourselves and be true to ourselves, guys. Come on, we know if you go to prison, this young man don't know nothing in prison. And now there's a strong possibility he's gonna be, he might go to jail, guys. Not jail, prison. Because prison, you getting out. Jail, you getting out. Prison, you're not. You're there for some time, guys. Jail, you're there temporary. You're not going to be there, short term. But prison, you're there for long term. That means years. Years, guys. That's the difference between prison and jail. So this young man most likely will do some time, guys. It depends on what they're charging with. Now they're charging with adult. Texas don't have the death penalty for anyone at that age, 17 years old, but they do have, you could do 20, 40 years to life in prison, And that's Texas, that's some hard time, guys. Hard time. And this young man going to be in the system for a very long time. Keeping it real, people. Keeping it real. But the sad thing about it, we don't have this young man here no more. Austin Medcat. No longer here because his life was taken. So what we as society, what should we do? Give him a slap on the wrist, or don't do that no more? And we have a family that's mourning the loss of a son. A mother's worst nightmare came true. to bury their son, and we all wanted to see it the other way around. But you know, unfortunately, in this case, it didn't happen like that. So who should be held accountable? You know, man, I just want the truth to be said, man. I just want the truth to be said on both sides, because Carmelo Anthony, you have to be held accountable. He must be held accountable for his action, people, with no bias to it. Just being truthful, fair, and the godly thing to do is to be fair. Look at it from both sides. And I did. You don't put yourself in harm's way if you know harm is over there. If you are being bullied by these people, you don't purposely, deliberately put yourself in their way. Why? Why would you do that? Because you snuck, or, you know, you placed a weapon in your book bag that is not allowed on school premises, or on track meet, or on the field, or wherever. No. But you deliberately brought this weapon there. So what should we say about that, people? We should just turn our head and say, oh, in self-defense? No. His intent. What was his intent? His intention. He brought it. He made a decision. He chose to, made a choice, did what he had to do. Decision made. Okay. Put the weapon in his bag. Okay. We walking. We going. Okay. We know it's there. If they guys mess with me, yeah, I have my weapon. I had this. Yeah, I'm going to take. Yeah, I'm going to self-defend myself. But no, not in that term. We are blowing out of proportion and not looking at what it is and looking at this as color. And it should not be about color, guys. Color should not be in this situation here. But us as black people love the negativity, to put black on white on certain things. On this should not be black and white. But you know, some of us don't see it like that. Some of us just are so blinded and caught up in this Black Lives Matter, and they are so we call it what's the word I'm looking for? Pride, self-pride. Or the audacity, some of the things that these people do. And we think it's helping our community. I call these people leeches. That's what I call them. I call them leeches, people.
I've been doing that since I was a kid, bro. And every time you see a pedicure, she used to make me do it. I'm like,
I call them leeches because that's all they do. They just all about sucking the money out of the community to benefit their sole purpose, to build their fancy house, buy their big houses, buy their fancy cars, fancy clothes, do all of that, you know, just to show. And meanwhile, you know, they neglect the purpose, what they started out for. Started out good. The intention probably was good, but somehow, when money get involved with these things, guys, people always turn south. And the intention get corrupt, and once, then that's it. That's how it goes, guys. That's how it goes. also, the parents of Carmelo Anthony, they are just, oh my God, man, these people, I don't know, man. You know, it's a shame when people, I'm not saying when people, yes, you got to say people, because it's the people. Cause money, there's nothing wrong with having money, guys, but it's, you know, it's how you get your money and what you do with your money, the intention behind it, and what you use it for. That's what make it dangerous. It's the mind behind the money. And if you have a bad intention person with the money, that person going to give out negative and bad vibes all the time. Keep it real. That's how it goes, guys. That's how it goes. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for coming back into the live, man. We was on earlier, and for some reason, you know, the live cut off, man, and I don't know why it cuts off. And I started back up the live, so I didn't even put a thumbnail. I didn't put up nothing, no hashtag. I just put up his picture, Carmelo Anthony picture, and I have also Austin Metcalf. So I go back and forth, switch picture when I'm talking about, you know, who I'm speaking about. So I'm speaking about Carmelo Anthony, about, you know, he's being charged right now as an adult, and there's a strong possibility if he's get charged with first degree, he will be facing about 40 years in prison. He's 17, do the math. He'd be 57 years old. And all of his childhood, not childhood, but his youth, you know, will be spent incarcerated in prison. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? For him to, I don't know, man. It depends, man. Because Texas, you know, there's no death penalty for Texas for people who that age, but life in prison, man. And listen, man, that's rough, man. That is so rough for a young man to be in prison, to experience prison, and knowing that he's not getting out no time soon, while he have to adapt to that environment. And you have some people in there are real killers, man. People who are real, you know, oh man. People, you know, all type of people is in prison right now. All type of people in prison just mixed together. You don't know who is who. You don't know who's your neighbor. You don't know what they're about. You don't know nothing. You're just there because you just don't know what happened. You don't know. So you have to protect yourself. For this young man to go there, people, he don't have a chance. He don't have a chance. I mean, he's not like the biggest guy in the world, like 5'6", 5'7", 140, 45 pounds. Guys, they were having for lunch. He'd be wind up in prison being someone's cellmate, and you know what go down in there, guys. Keep it real. That's what this platform about, guys. I keep it real. You know what I mean? You know, I am so not a little bit upset because I was doing a live earlier, and all of this what I'm speaking about would have been speaking about it on the other live, but I'm continue to, you know, keeping a real talk. You know, and thanks everybody. Thanks for the like. So the real talk tonight, man. You know, Carmelo Anthony, man. People. I mean, life in prison, no joke, guys. You have to adapt to that lifestyle. You know, you're not there for 2 years. You're not there for 5 years. You're not there for 10 years. You're not there for 12 years. You're not there for 20 years. You're there for life. You have to do at least, what, 40 years, guys. That's 4 decades. That's an eye-opener right now, that what he's looking at, what he's looking at. You see, his lawyers, man, his lawyers that have people, they are just hound dogs, hound. But, you know, that's the type of people his parents surround themselves with, and that's what they're going to get. So, if you know, they always say you lay down with dogs, you might get fleas. So it is what it is, you know what I mean? Not saying, you know, the lawyer, you know, but I just don't like the way they open up, you know, I just don't like the way when they have the press conference, that was like a mockery, that's just like it was horrible, guys. Horrible. These people, you know what I mean? Man, listen. You just, you know, I'm telling you, man, you know, I just don't understand why he could not go to his parents, you know, to tell them, you know, what was going down, you know, because apparently he was at his breaking point. But, you know, why you didn't go to your parents? Why would you think to bring a weapon? You know, why would that come to that point? See, you know, these are the things that this young man need to answer to. And the trial, you know, what I mean, you know, he will go on trial, and I believe, you know, questions like that will be answered. Why did you? Oh yeah, yeah, but do you know bringing a weapon to school? You know, it was, you know, it was against the rules, against policy, and it's illegal. And you know, I'm eager to hear what he's going to say. His answers, guys. These are the questions that they're going to ask, and it's going to be on his shoulder because no one could answer for him, guys. No one could answer for him but Carmelo Anthony himself. We could have some idea, but he have to be man enough because he's been charged as an adult, and the state saying he's man enough to stand. You know, he's old enough to take accountability. They are forcing him to take accountability for his action, and his lawyer said his action was justified. Do you think Carmelo Anthony action was justified? That's the question. That's the $1 million question. I don't believe it was, guys. I'm being real. People go, oh, you know, black this, black that. It doesn't matter. It's not about black. It's not about white. It's about a person, a human being. Take away the color. Why must everything be black and white when it comes to our people? My God. And when we kill each other, when we do all of these things to each other, no one speak about it. But soon as it's a black and white issue, everyone want to come on social media. Everyone want to say this. Everyone want to say this, and overlook the point. The point is, Carmelo Anthony brought a legal weapon to attract me on the premises, which are not allowed. And that same weapon he brought into the school used to commit a deadly crime. People say, oh, self-defense. Okay, self-defense. Prove that. Good luck with that one. I'm here and they're looking at premeditated because he deliberately planned to take, you know, bring the weapon and put in his book bag. He did it, you know. Listen, I can't see where this is self-defense, guys. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just too, you know, I'm just no. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys, you know. Look at this young man. Can't survive in prison. This young man can't survive. Look at this young man. Look at his hair. Look at his overall features, people. Keep it real like that. And you know, go to jail. What they say? Fresh meat. That's why I come on late with these shows, guys, because, you know, these topics, not say I get graphic, but, you know, it's, you know, I don't, kids should not be up at this time at night, 11, 10, and look on my show, you know, speak about these things because, and another thing, you know, in our community, we in such denial when people do something wrong and we overlook what they did and trying to correct, you know, trying to put you know, a wrong into a right, which is not, it's morally wrong. it's morally wrong because what he did, you know what I mean, they're trying to say he premeditated the whole thing because he planned and brought a weapon in his bag, you know, and touch me and see what happened. You know, you don't say that. Touch me, you provoking, you know, leave if that's the case, leave it alone. If you don't want no trouble, leave it alone. You leave it alone. See, what was his mindset? What was his mind frame? Apparently his mindset was, you know, wasn't in a good place for him to bring a weapon in his bag to school. So that means automatically his mindset, his mind, not thinking good. Reasonable mind is gone. The reasonable mind is gone. As they say, his wise mind is gone. There's nothing there. He's just reacting on emotions. Emotions. A young man acting on emotion because he don't know how to control his emotion. Who to blame? His parents? Or does he have to take some type of accountability for his action? What do you guys think? Leave it in the chat, guys. Thank you for the likes. 3 likes. Thank you. I just been on for like 26 minutes, you know what I mean? I would have been off from the earlier live, but I came back on, guys. But, you know, I'm not going to be on long for another 4 minutes. And I will make up, you know, my video. You know what I mean? I will also upload them on the platform, you know. Some of my lives I do. I have a live I have to update, so I do it in the morning. You know what I mean? I'm trying to put up video. Maybe I do it now. I don't know. Maybe people's on, you know what I mean? It depends, you know. Yeah, guys, come into the chat, guys. Come into the chat. Press the like button, guys. Can we go up to 4 likes? Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate you guys coming to chat tonight, guys. You know, I've been on another live for the people coming into the live now. I started another live earlier, man. It was going on good, and for some reason the live just cut off. I don't know what happened. That's like the second time that happened. But you know what I mean? I guess this is the spot where I'm at because when I do the live in my car, I don't do it in my house, you know, late at night, you know, because I don't want to make, you know, too much noise in the house. And so I park by Chili, and it's free Wi-Fi. So I think they cut off the Wi-Fi, and I was on the Wi-Fi, and it cut off and I lost connection. I think that's what it was. They cut the Wi-Fi and I lost connection. But then I started live with my own, my phone. So that's where we at right now. So, you know what I mean? So if you want to see more about this live, you have to watch your other live that's cut off from earlier, so you get a more understanding what I was speaking about, and a little bit of this earlier. You know what I mean? Because this video is going on for 30 minutes. So about 20, 24, 20, but between 22, 24 minutes is good on this start of this video. You could pick up from the first live and pick up from this live, and hear my thoughts and things like that on Carmelo Anthony, and on his situation right now, because he's getting charged as an adult, guys. So if they charge him for one first degree, 40 years, guys. If not second degree, I heard he might do like five years or whatever, get out. I mean, still young, man, you know what I mean? But man, 40 years, woo, his whole life is gone in a blink of an eye, guys. I mean, so I got 1 more minute to stay on it live, guys, but then I'll be log off. You know what I mean? Appreciate everyone coming on again, support me. Thank you for the new subscribers. Thank you for the people who watching, sharing the videos. I appreciate everyone that's supporting the platform. And until next time, guys, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Most likely tomorrow video. I mean, I put up a video earlier, so that's doing pretty good, guys. I appreciate it. So for all the lady coming to the chat, guys, I was on earlier, so I have 2 videos lives. I have another live I did earlier that got cut off, and this live that combined. So if you want to watch it and support it, I appreciate it. And make sure you subscribe to the platform if you're coming in. Just watch, you know, go to my YouTube channel and view my portfolio, see what I'm about. I'm a content creator, you know what I mean? I do, you know, commentary and all different things. Then we go check it out, guys. And, you know, ask the people to subscribe it, watch a video. I'm working on my watch time. Help me support my watch time, guys. And that is it. You know what I mean? That is it, guys. That is it. That is it, guys. That's it. Appreciate everyone coming in. Appreciate everyone coming into the live. Appreciate everyone coming to live, guys. Guys, I'm out until mañana. All right.